good life, the good life. Tonight, we're gonna live the good life. Alright, let's go and live the good life, the good life.
Good morning, shy folk, and welcome back to Old Man Willow Farm. My name is Diane. I farm this little piece of heaven on earth for us anyway, with my husband Ian. We own 10 acres in the Willamette Valley. And today I want to talk to you about the two enemies of realizing your dream to own a farm of your own. And that is fear and procrastination. And I'll give you 3 tips that helped us. And the first is just do it. Like, take that step into home ownership, buy that little rundown flat or whatever it might be, put in your sweat equity, trade up again, build up a little bit of an investment that you can put down on a property of your own. That's the way we did it. It works, but you have to take that first step and you have to be prepared to put in the work that you need to put in. My second piece of advice is don't rush it. So it took us about a year to find this farm. And honestly, we looked at tons of properties. We were in a seller's market. So as fast as we would see a property, it would be sold. So we ended up rushing in and putting in offers on properties that were completely unsuitable. Fortunately, there is still a God in heaven, and He prevented us from making a terrible mistake. And we ended up with just the right property. But, don't rush in. Make sure that the property that you end up buying has everything you need to fulfill your plans for it. And that leads me to my third piece of advice, and that is to be prepared to compromise. So we had to make some pretty significant compromises because, there are Taya and Dora. They're coming to say hi. So these two are rescues that arrived here about a week ago. And you can see how skinny they are. They've actually put on a little bit of weight since they got here, but we are fattening them up, and I think they just think they're in heaven on earth. But anyway, what was I saying? Okay, so compromise. Be prepared to compromise. So for us, we ended up with this property, which is on a pretty busy road, and I hate traffic. But we had to make that compromise because it meant that the property was priced low enough that we could afford 10 acres, which we would not normally have been able to afford. So we were prepared to make that compromise because the property itself had everything else that we wanted and needed to build our business. And of course, the upside of being on a busy road is that we get free advertising. So I picked up a lot of students and clients who've just driven past, seen our property, and then, hey girl, and then phoned in and inquired for lessons. So, but the important thing about compromising is you need to know what to compromise on, as well as you need to know what you're not prepared to compromise on. Building a barn from scratch is incredibly expensive. So if you want a horse property, you need to look for something with some kind of infrastructure that can support that. So just balancing that compromise out. I mean, as I say, taking that first step into home ownership is probably the hardest step that you'll take. But in Sam's words, it's the job that is never started as takes longest to finish. And so there's wisdom in that. Like, if you never take that first step, you will never achieve your dream. So I just want to encourage you today, go out and just do it.
She does want to.
So that's Lady Hawk. She's an Appaloosa. And we just had our lesson and the girls are taking them back up to put them out. They had a jumping lesson today.
so much. Ready, Ayla? Ayla, 1 out of 10, how do you think Raven did? 4. 4? She was so slow, and she was like, I don't know, she just wouldn't turn. I think she did great, but I don't know, I think she did terrible, bro. Did you see her try to go into the ball? Yeah, you went right in the ball. Dang, you should have got that on video.
These two girls are so awesome. I love them to bits. They're so sweet and they try so hard. And they love their horses.
He's so tall. I've been trying to give him treats and he keeps like being like, ew, it's stinky. My favorite.
Is that your favorite?
Hi, Sugar. I think their boyfriend
He's my favorite as well. Thoroughbreds are just the best, right?
So soft, so sweet. I think they're boyfriend and girlfriend.
You think they're boyfriend and girlfriend?
That's what Myrna said.
Look at them, I know. I think there's love in
Sugar
the
always
air.
Sugar cheated on Popcorn though, because Popcorn and Sugar used to be like,
They used to be lovers.
yeah, and
And now Diesel's taking Popcorn's place.
Gonna burn it all down.